Good day everyone, so for today's video is all about the social, ethical, legal, responsibility use of technology tools and resources. Sa video ito ay pag-uusapan natin kung ano yung mga ethical and legal responsibility natin as future educators and as a student in using and applying technology tools and resources, most especially the computers and the internet. So let's proceed now to the introduction. The roles and responsibilities of the global digital citizen are many and diverse. As a future educator in this modern time, it is must to practice innovation in teaching and learning in order to become a globally effective and globally competent digital teachers. Furthermore, teachers don't just teach anymore, they've been much more than that for a long time. In our digital world, teachers have become guides, mentors, role models, counselors, and facilitators. They practice to be global citizens, ethics experts, and diverse and critical thinkers. So it is time to shine a light away on what it takes to be a global digital teacher. As a future global digital teachers, these tenets or this principle hold very crucial role in modern innovative classroom. They include things like an understanding of technology and its effects or its benefits, danger to student knowledge, and appreciation of diverse culture of our globe, and awareness of global or local community and global environments, moral and ethical modeling that helps students achieve success and safety in online and offline environments, and also experience with many mediums of technology and communication, adaptability and creativity, lifelong learning capabilities. Technology should not just replicate what we do already. It should offer new ways of working and offer learning or learners new ways of interacting with information and gaining knowledge, understanding, and skills. Technology is a new tool in education that constantly changes and offer new opportunities for teaching and learning. Even so, old habits are hard to change. Typically, the effects of technology are complex, hard to estimate accurately, and likely to have different values for different people at different times. Its effect depends upon the people's decision about development and use. The role of global digital teachers is to bring understanding, harmony into such situation. Such strategies include those that work to resolve conflicts, mediate disputes, and show understanding. Over time, this responsibility shifts to the students. They learn through their teachers to be tolerant of difference while standing up for their own beliefs. They respect their rights and the rights of others to feel safe, to be who they are, celebrate the colors of culture and the interconnectedness of everyone. But it's a global digital teacher who lead the way in this. So now let's proceed to the major three question of our topic, which is number 1 question, what is acceptable and appropriate use of internet in school? Number 2, what obligation do teachers and administrators have as a result of introducing the internet into their schools? And lastly, how can teachers teach students ethical, acceptable, and appropriate way to use the internet? What is acceptable and appropriate use of internet in school? The appropriate use of internet is number 1. Computer should be used to support existing curriculum. So tama nga naman. Dapat yung computer is magagamit natin as way of introducing and support the curriculum o yung guide natin for our teaching and learning process. So although meron tayong mga different methods sa pagtuturo, at malaki rin yung contribution ng computer para mapadali yung ating gawain as a educator, dapat alam din natin kung ano yung mga advantage and disadvantage, yung benefits and danger ng computer sa ating paggamit nito sa ating teaching and learning process. Number 2, do not allow the computer to dictate teaching method. So yun na, nasabi ko na kanina na hindi lang ang computer ang nagiging way natin para mas magiging effective yung teaching, yung pagtuturo natin, kundi marami pa mga methods na maaari nating ma-apply sa mga learners natin. Although ang computer is support lamang at convenient at mas madali siyang ma-access ng lahat, so we must consider different strategies also, and do not use computer to dictate the teaching method. So yun lang yung tandaan natin, do not use computer or do not totally use computer to dictate teaching method. Number 3, the attractiveness of the computer should not overpower the student learning. So tama nga naman, hindi natin totally i-rely yung computer, or hindi natin dapat gamitin yung computer as yung source talaga ng ating pagtuturo, kundi i-maximize natin, i-regulate natin yun siya sa pagtuturo natin, especially sa pagbibigay na ng mga different activities and tasks sa mga estudyante natin para mas hindi siya nakakasama. Parang balance na yung paggamit natin ng computer and other method of teaching. So hindi dapat na-overpower, hindi dapat lamang yung computer, kundi dapat balance lang tayo. And number 4, computer should not change the teaching method. Their inclusion should simply help improve teaching. So very self-explanatory naman to siyang number 4. Hindi natin gagamitin talaga itong computer as yun na yung way natin of teaching method, but it is, tandaan natin, we need computer to support lang and to improve learning. So next, what obligation do teachers and administrators have as a result of introducing internet into their school? Number 1 obligation, acceptable use policy. Letter A, the policy must explain the student responsibilities online. So alam naman natin na sa community natin, sa society natin, meron talagang mga batas. And also sa digital world, meron din talagang mga batas and policies like yung copyright law, fair use act, at marami pang iba. So itong mga policy na ito is dapat ipaliwanag natin na maigi sa mga estudyante natin at ano-ano yung mga responsibilities natin as individual or as a learner or as educator in using this in online. So letter B, the policy must explain the connection of internet usage, teaching and learning. So very naman siya, di ba? So yung mga policy kanina na nabanggit ko, yung mga copyright, fair use act at marami pang iba is explain na dapat natin ng clear at kung ano yung mga connections niya sa paggamit natin, especially sa teaching and learning. So as educator, dapat ma-maximize natin, ma-regulate natin yung mga ganitong klaseng way na especially sa paggamit ng computers and other resources. Letter C, policy must explain the consequences that will result from violation of policies. So yun na, yung mga policies kanina, yung mga copyright and fair use act, dapat ma-explain talaga yun siya na maayos at ano yung mga possible na mangyayari or yung mga consequences na magre-resulta if ma-violate natin yung mga ganong klaseng policies. So we should aware and more knowledge doon sa mga policies na yun. And letter D, the policy must be agreed by parents and students. So tama nga naman, hindi lamang as teacher yung mag-agree sa mga ganitong policy sa paggamit ng mga computer at ano yung mga kanyang advantage and disadvantage, kundi yung parents and student din. And also dapat maging aware din sila at more information at knowledge yung dapat nilang makuha. So number 2, obligation. Equitable access in a school or classroom. So all students must have equal access to computer regardless of gender, special needs, socio-economic status, or race. So dito hindi lamang mayaman o mahirap yung basihan sa paggamit ng computer, kundi dapat equal yung accessibility natin yung paggamit ng computer. Mapa-gender man or kung ano yung status mo sa buhay or yung race mo, yung ethnicity mo. So dapat accessible itong computer. So yun lang. And last obligation is teaching and obeying copyright law. So yun na. So the teacher must follow copyright law and in turn educate students about copyright law. So anong nga ba itong copyright law? So later on may laman natin kung ano yung copyright law. But yung point lang dito as yung obligation natin as a teacher is to educate the students about the aspect of copyright law at ano yung mga implications niya at ano yung kanyang mga guidelines na maaari nating masunod para hindi natin ma-violate yung law na ito. So, how can teachers teach student ethical, acceptable, and appropriate ways to use the internet? Number 1, take care of technology equipment. With malwares and viruses running rampant, students must learn to watch what they download, click, and share. So ito na, very self-explanatory naman na as a individual, as a educator, and as a student, kailangan talaga nating alagaan yung equipment or yung mga technology equipment para hindi talaga siya magkaroon ng mga viruses o yung mga malwares na tinatawag na kung saan nagpa-pop up or nagra-run doon sa ating screen, sa computer screen natin. So we should aware sa mga dina-download natin at kiniklik and share kay maaring magdulot yan na baka pumasok yung mga viruses sa screen or sa computer screens natin. Second, teach student to question the reliability and authenticity of a website. Dito, dalawang words lang ang maano natin. Turuan natin yung mga estudyante natin ng reliability o yung reliable source of information at yung authenticity of a website. Mean to say is kung validated ba yung website na kinukuha natin ng information. Like sa paggawa ng research or thesis, dapat alam natin kung ano yung website na yun is reliable ba yung shop na pagkukunan natin ng information or hindi. So yun lang yung point lang doon. So explore appropriate and safe site for learning and research. Many website contains inaccurate or false information. Teacher can provide list approved website. Student need to learn how to evaluate website and assess whether they can trust the content. So yun na kanina. So ito yung mga suggestion na maaari nating ma-apply sa ating pag-research. Number 1 is look for author or name of organization. Second is check the author's credential. Look for type of domain. Look for educational and government site like Edu or Gov. And look for link that say about the background of website and information of the author. So ang point lang dito sa mga suggestion na ito is alamin natin yung background ng pinagkukunan natin ng information, like sino yung gumawa ng articles na yun or yung blog na yun or something like that, na para magiging reliable and validated yung information natin and authentic. And number 3, give protocol to the student to follow in the event something inappropriate appear on the computer screen. So ito yung kanina is related siya doon kanina sa taking care of technology equipment, kasi nga dapat as a teacher is meron tayong protocol, meron tayong guidelines na ipatupad sa mga estudyante natin para maiwasan yung mga di ka nais-nais na mga pangyayari na mag-appear doon sa computer screen ng mga estudyante natin. So, yung mga protocol na yun ay maaaring makakatulong para ma-regulate at ma-maximize natin yung mga behavior o yung pinapakitang behavior ng mga estudyante natin sa paggamit ng mga digital platform or yung the internet and marami pang mga resources. And number 4, only allow student to use a specific website to use for research. So ito na, although na sa paggamit ng computer and internet is malawak yung makukuha nating information, but as educator is i-allow lang talaga natin yung mga specific lamang na mga website, yung mga reliable and validated website for research purposes. And number 5, required student to cite all the website they use. So tama nga naman, kasi nga sa paggawa ng research is required talaga na may references. So sa mga other research kasi ang igagawa natin or gagawin pa natin is also kailangan talaga natin na ililista or ilist down natin yung mga reliable and validated website para sa future na pag-research natin is yun din na magamit natin as reference din sa pagkuha ng mga information. So only cite only use the reliable and validated website. So now let's proceed to the Copyright Law, Fair Use Act, and Creative Commons matters.
What's a copyright? Copyright law protects your control over the creative work you make. It requires people to get your permission before they copy, rework, or share what you make. Most things that you find, download, and copy and paste from the internet are copyrighted. That doesn't mean that everything online is on lockdown and can't be used. It can, as long as you check who owns it, get permission to use it, give credit to the creator, buy it if necessary, and use it responsibly, then you're not stealing. Fair use only applies when using content in certain instances: schoolwork and education, news reporting, criticizing or commenting, and comedy or parody. Specific guidelines, what we call the 4 points of fair use, must also be followed. First, you can only use a small amount of the work. Second, you have to add new meaning to the work to make it original. Third, you need to rework it and use it in a totally different way. Finally, you have to use it for nonprofit purposes. In other words, you can't make money off of your new creation. No matter what, it's a good idea to give credit to the creator of the work you use. It's just a sign of respect. So what should you do if you find something online that you want to use? As a rule of thumb, check who owns it, get permission to use it, give credit to the creator, buy it if necessary, and use it responsibly, which means judging for fair use. You're a creator, innovator, and inspirer. Think twice about your rights and responsibilities in our online culture, and then pay it forward.
So dito, itong tatlong ito is very essential siya sa digital world kasi nga ito mga policies na ito is nakakatulong para ma-regulate yung mga behavior natin as individual in using the technology tools. So, most especially sa mga estudyante is natuto na talagang mag copy and paste na kung saan hindi na na-realize yung implications ng copyright law, yung Fair Use Act at marami pang ibang mga policies. But kung i-understand natin yung mga copyright law and related law, ay makakatulong talaga siya ng malaki sa mga estudyante na para masunod nila yung mga rules na dapat sundin at yung paggamit ng mga information na ito, yung mga policies na ito sa tamang pamamaraan. So, now let's proceed to letter B. Always give credit to original source. So, madali naman siyang intindihin is i-cite lang natin yung kung sino yung may akda, sino yung may gawa ng article na yun o yung research na yun, dapat nakasulat yung kanyang pangalan. So, like citing references in term papers, students learn about the importance of using online citation to respect copyright law and plagiarism. So, itong sa letter B, para maiwasan natin itong plagiarism na tinatawag is yun, kailangan natin i-cite yung kung sino yung may akda, sino yung may gawa ng mga different information na yun. Global digital teacher must indeed remain present. This is true not only of needs of student but to the needs of school and the community. Thanks to technology for connections and communication have linked to us to a world in need. So the innovative classroom become the perfect learning environment for fostering altruistic thoughts and actions. It begins with caring for each other and then expand outward. It's comforting to know that the connection has brought awareness. Kids today are more aware and concerned about the world and about the other than ever. In conclusion, every part of education, its virtues, respect, tolerance, understanding, accountability, responsibility, fairness, and justice are the central to what makes this educator so incredible and important to our students. Teaching is no longer about subject and knowledge. It is about developing the whole student and preparing them well in future they will both create and sustain. So that's all for my report. Thank you for your listening.